Good morning. This is my response for chapter 1 and 2 of Tannen's book, That's Not What I Meant. What I'm going to do is present the main points in these two chapters, then I'm going to give you my opinion, one of the parts that the author presented, and finally I'm going to give you my meaty question. Communication can be successful or unsuccessful, and according to the author, we tend to use indirectness. Why? Why we use indirectness? Because we care about the effect that our words are going to have in others. Therefore, we tend to be polite, or we tend to use politeness when we are trying to say something. But this politeness, behind that, or underneath that, there are two forces presented. These two forces is one, the necessity to be involved and to be close to somebody else, and second, and contradictory, is the necessity to be independent. So these two forces are playing a big role in our communication, and we constantly trying to balance them when we're trying to deliver messages, or when we're trying to communicate an idea. Um, in other words, we have a social necessity when we communicate, and we do not only express information or deliver only information or only words. We also deliver emotions. We also deliver attitudes about the person, about the situation, about the place. And you can see those attitudes through the intonation, through the pace, through the pauses, um, and to all these no-verbal messages that we can use. Um, Second, my opinion is about one part in the chapter 1. I think the author says that we can avoid miscommunications using two options. One is restating or being clear or clarify the idea that you have. Second is changing the frame or changing the way how you were saying what you said. In my opinion, is these two options cannot be separately. In order to avoid miscommunication, in order to avoid mistakes, misunderstandings, you need to use both. You have to think also how you deliver the message, how you tone, how your pace can interfere in achieving the goal. But also you need to be clear, and you need to restate your idea if you weren't clear in the first place. So that's one of the parts that I'm not totally agree with the author, and because I think that it's no one, it's either one. I think both have to be together in order to avoid miscommunications. And finally, my mini question is about um, the meta messages that the author present in the book. There is about the intonation, the pace, the pauses. There's intonations that have a social meaning, when we're communicating. When we're interpreting, how can we read those? How can we perceive those intonations and those features, those characteristics of the languages, uh, in order to give it, or in order to deliver the right and in an equivalence language. So I don't know. That's my question. I think that what are the techniques that we can use in order to read those meta messages and delivering those meta messages in the right way. Thank you.